Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and I'm really a fan of wedding planning. I enjoy the planning of my own wedding. I really enjoyed the process, so I start helping my friends to enjoy this journey. And on this channel I also like to share with you, with everyone who is interested, my tips and ideas regarding the wedding planning. In this video I want to talk about DIY things we DIYed for our wedding. And honestly, first of all, I wanted to call this video how much money you can actually save if you DIY things, because these kind of videos are very popular on YouTube. But in reality, I DIYed things for our wedding not because I wanted to save on the wedding planning or on the wedding itself. I mean, of course I wanted to lower our budget for this special occasion because you know how expensive it is. But at the same time, do you really save money if you DIY things? Because in the end, in most cases, only if you are not a professional artist, you don't get the same result as if you would pay for the thing to a vendor. So for me, I DIY things because I wanted to bring more personality to our wedding, to make it more personal. Let me also tell you a bit about the concept we had for our wedding, because in reality we had three, well, depends how you count, but I could even say 4 weddings in one, because in the morning in July we had a civil wedding, so we went to civil register office, just 2 of us, for official marriage. Then the same day we had the wedding ceremony, outdoor ceremony, a small one just for the family and very close friends. After that we went for honeymoon for 1 month, and then in September we decided to make the celebration. But here again I had this idea that I want actually to organize like a lunch or a brunch for family members, starting from, you know, grandparents up to family friends, I mean, yes, friends of our parents mainly. And then in the evening of the same day we had like a more dynamic and you know, like a party for all friends of our age. And I should say I really enjoyed it, the way we decided to split it, although of course it added additional cost. But if you're interested, I can make a separate video about it. Just let me know in the comments if I should talk more about our wedding concept. So let's get back to the DIY stuff I decided to go for during my wedding planning. The first thing I wanted to DIY was invitations. And again, as I said, it's not really about the price, because even in Switzerland, which is quite an expensive country for everything, paper invites, around 10 paper invites, would cost us around 70 Swiss francs, what is the same as more or less as a US dollar. So like, let's say 70 US dollars for 10 paper invites. And I didn't need actually more than that, because I was about to send paper invites only to the close family members and friends for this outdoor ceremony and a small reception, like apéro afterwards. So my fiancé by that time actually found a really cool idea how we could do invitations by ourselves. So this how it looked in the end. Inside we had a card with all the details, like for whom this invitation is addressed, that we invite them to our wedding on the 17th of July 2015 at 3 in the afternoon, and the place is mentioned. So first of all, I really liked the style. I wanted our small wedding ceremony would be done in a classical style. You know, initial idea was to do it somewhere near the castle, outdoors, but it's another story why we didn't do it. Nevertheless, this style, like kind of old style invites, I found really cool to have. Something like from Middle Ages, you know. Initially we actually used just a normal DIN paper, white paper, but what we did, we put it into the coffee. We put it into the coffee for some time, then let it dry, and actually that's it. What we also did, in front, we wanted to personalize it. So we took one of our pictures we really liked and just printed out black and white. In addition, I wanted to add a little bit more atmosphere, you know, referring to middle-age times or whatever. So I went for seal and wax. I just ordered on the web. There are plenty of choices, like even on Amazon you can buy one. But I wanted again to go a bit further and personalize it. So I found on the web the possibility to submit our own logo, and that's what we went for. It's 2L and L because both of our names start with this letter. And I just drew by myself this logo and asked to put it on the seal. Ordered some extra red wax. As a small detail, we also decided to add this gray lace. And that's actually how these invitations were born. One more trick that I want to share with you here. Definitely something like this, you want your photographer and videographer capture them during the wedding day itself. So you have to bring it to your wedding for your photographer and videographer. But keep in mind that this invitation is actually closed because it has a seal. And I wanted it to be captured from both sides, right? So in addition, we had to prepare one which remained open so that the videographer could also capture the inner part of the invitation. So yeah, keep in mind that in case you do some sealed invitations, have two versions of them and bring them to the wedding itself so that your videographer and photographer could capture all possible variants. For the wedding celebration itself, which as I mentioned already we had in September, there were about 40 people for the brunch during the day and about the same amount of people for the party in the evening. I thought it would be really cool to be a bit, you know, eco-friendly and refuse on paper invites, instead making video invitations. And here actually probably the only part where we really saved maybe even 1,000 of Swiss francs or dollars, because if you approach a videographer asking to make some kind of a short love story and in the end you put all the details about your coming wedding celebration, thus inviting people to join and celebrate with you, that would cost you around 1,000 Swiss francs, I believe. I was always actually a fan of videography and editing videos, although I've never done it professionally, especially back that time, 8 years ago. I didn't even have a camera to film, but I decided I really want to give it a try. And we had a photo camera. The video was not that great, the quality of the video was not that great by that time, but still I decided to go for it. So we asked some family members to film us here and there, and then I put it all together, and that's how our paperless invites were born. I'm going to include it right now so that you have a look, but I ask you in advance, please don't charge it too much, because as I said, it was done 8 years ago, I didn't have any experience and I didn't have a good camera. So you got an idea, I think, now how your possible wedding invites, paperless wedding invites, could also look like. It's not necessarily should be pure text. You could just capture special moments of both of you, and then in the end provide the details when you expect people to join you for your wedding celebration. Now let's talk about guest books. This is something I also went for DIY to make it, first of all, more personal and to bring up my creative ideas into the process. First of all, I came up with an idea of a family picture frame with family members. I saw it in one of the shops just somewhere in the city center, and then the idea immediately was born in my head that it would be cool actually to have such picture frame during our outdoor wedding ceremony or before our wedding ceremony, with some papers, empty papers, where each of the guests could write for us their best wishes and just wish us something for the years ahead. And then I would put these papers with their best wishes in this picture frame, ask my photographer after the wedding ceremony to take actually a picture of that guest who wrote the wishes for us, and I would put this picture above later on when the pictures from my wedding are ready. And now this unique picture frame decorates my living room. I really think it was a cool idea because on the one hand I have nice pictures of each of my family member and close friends always at my house, and at the same time I know that behind there's special words addressed to us from that special day. Another interesting thing that we did, kind of to entertain the guests but also to make something memorable and unique for us as a couple, we had a extra bottle of red wine. It's the same red wine we drank after the wedding ceremony, and we asked each of the guests to sign the bottle. And then we opened this bottle, this special bottle with all the signatures of our guests. Again, it was not that many because we had a small wedding celebration, it was just like around maybe 15 people for our 5th wedding anniversary. That was also very special and memorable thing that you could take up as an idea and do for yourself as well. If we talk a little bit about celebration and party in September, there we had a real guest book where all the guests had a chance also to write few words for us. But in the beginning I was about to buy such a book because I thought the market is so saturated, it would take a while to do something by myself, and I thought I would just buy it. But I couldn't really find anything interesting or what I would like. And then another idea came to me because, as I said, since we split it, the actual wedding ceremony and the celebration, and we had almost 2 months in between, I thought, why not actually printing out the pictures from our wedding ceremony, put them in this guest book, and let people find the pictures alike and leave us some best wishes close to this picture. So I end up doing a wedding book by myself. It looks like this. I think it's really adorable. I like it and I'm very proud I did it. So you could probably do the same with any app that exists on the market right now. Put in just your pictures, not necessarily from the wedding day, but it could be also your pictures as a couple or your pictures together with the people you're going to invite to your wedding, and thus making this guest book really special. What I also added, I added some nice thoughts about the wedding and love, as well as leaving empty spaces on purpose so that people had actually a place where they could write. So you see, like, love doesn't consist of gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Isn't it beautiful? And I think it also adds special vibe to the book and to the whole thing. And actually, on purpose, I left too much space that would not be filled in during the wedding celebration itself. But it's fine, because now For each wedding anniversary, we invite someone, and they also had a chance, to write something not for the wedding day at this point, but already for the anniversary. So we keep collecting actually wishes for us, thus filling in the book every year. A few words about small presents or gifts for the guests during the wedding day. So again, as I said, we had 3 weddings. So in July, for the wedding ceremony and the reception, what we did, we repurposed the small flowers decoration, or small flowers bouquets that our decorator prepared for the ceremony to decorate the chairs. And then what I asked the decorator, and we had also a wedding coordinator that day, to take them out in the end of the day, and each family that was invited to our ceremony got such a small bouquet as a present. Again, you don't, in my opinion, don't need to prepare for each person a bouquet. It could be one per family, which for me totally makes sense. During the wedding celebration in September, I decided to print out pictures from our actual wedding day, to put them in beautiful envelopes that were in accordance with our color palette of that day, placing different pictures in envelopes in the baskets during the brunch, as well as another basket was prepared for the evening party. And each guest could actually pick up a picture they like and keep it as a memory of our wedding day. Again, this was a very easy solution, but I actually would be really happy if I got a printed out picture of a couple I'm invited to attend a wedding of, because nowadays we don't print out that much pictures, and also it's nice to get something really personal to the couple. So I hope you find this video enjoyable, even better, useful. I hope you like these ideas, and maybe you could pick up some and use during your wedding planning. If you're interested in more content about weddings, wedding planning, join this channel, subscribe, and there would be more videos to come. Bye!